Hi everyone, I am Corey Taylor and I am here with the one and only Mick Foley, and who is known as also, because he's a WWE legend, he is known as Mankind, Cactus Jack, and Dude Love. He's also a comedian, which is why he's in Vegas. He's an author, he's a year-round Santa Claus, he's an actor, and he's also involved with a really cool program called Rain. So thank you so much for doing this. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much. You look so much different than you do on the Slipknot covers. Yeah,
I get told that a lot.
Complete surprise. But thank you for having me on. I appreciate it. And yeah, let's talk some positivity here.
Yes, awesome. Well, I kind of want to cover everything real quick because I know we only have a couple minutes, but I really want to get more into you and have all the fans see more about you. So let's talk about WWE. You do play all these different personas, so which one was your favorite?
Oh, it's tough. It's like trying to pick from your children. But I'm going to go a little different route. When I retired from full-time wrestling in 2000, of course, I returned many times since then, but I really did retire in full-time in 2000. I became the commissioner. And I made it a point, like, to make that commissioner, like, as uncool and as nerdy, because I knew that our fan base was not nearly as, like, cool and hip as we were pretending they were. And I was like, there's way more of us out there than there are you. And I think when I opened up and, like, dropped all pretenses of being, like, the tough guy, like, I had all that stuff on video. Like, I didn't have to prove myself in any way, shape, or form. And so I felt really comfortable being, like, the dorky guy. And fans really responded. So it was really a great time of my life because I showed up late, I left early, I didn't get hurt, I didn't have to change my clothes, and I'll argue that that character was as popular as any of the other three.
Yeah, that's really cool, and it's cool to see different sides of you, so that's awesome. And speaking of which, I think probably one of the most famous matches in WWE history was the 1998 Hell in a Cell. Now, that had to take so long to recover from. How long did it actually take you to come back from that?
Let me see. So it's been 18 years. Yeah, 18 years. Yeah, right before right when you knocked on the door, I put the teeth that were knocked out in that match back. So yeah, it's something I feel every day. Wouldn't advise anybody at home to even think about anything like that. But it was a very physical match. Things went wrong, and then we tried to do the best we could to make something out of it. And in doing so, we kind of like worked our way into wrestling and even pop culture history. And I think if there's a lesson to be learned, if there's a positive lesson, it's like no matter what life throws at you, you try your best. We essentially, to use a cliche, we made lemonade out of lemons that day. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, now that was just crazy to even think about, and I'm sure it's hard for your family to sit there and watch because you just go above and beyond with all your matches. So.
Yeah, that was. I remember a few years ago that my wife said the younger kids have been hearing about this match. They'd seen clips and they wanted to see the actual match. And we sat down and watched it. And if you watch it from beginning to end, it's not a really long match, it's maybe 10 minutes, but it's a really emotional roller coaster. You feel like you've been on a journey by the time you finish watching that. Yeah.
Absolutely. And then you're also involved with the RAIN program, which is the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network. And it's such a great cause. How did you actually get involved with that?
I became involved with RAIN after I met singer Tori Amos, who was one of my favorite performers, and who was a co-founder of RAIN in 1994. And I started as a donor, and then I became a volunteer. So I worked on the online hotline for 2 years, trying to help survivors of sexual violence. And I wish I could say I was still on there. I'm not. It really does. It takes a toll. Those stories are really devastating. And so my role now is I create awareness. Every time WrestleMania rolls around, we have we call it's a sweepstakes, where people are able to take a chance for a couple dollars or $4 or five, whatever they want to do. The average is about $10. I think the minimum is two. And the winner gets the WrestleMania Dream Vacation. So this is our fourth year doing it. We've raised over $400,000, which is pretty amazing because it's done underneath the radar. You know, it's not something you hear anything about in on the news or the radio or television, newspapers. It's just strictly a social media thing. And what I really like about it is that people go out of their way to spread the news and to retweet, and knowing that it lessens their chances for winning. So when I see somebody who will say, "Hey, honestly, what are my chances of winning?" I'll go, "If you need to ask about your chances of winning, you probably shouldn't be in the raffle." You know, it's all about creating awareness, and then we really exceed everyone's expectations when it comes to the actual vacation. People have the best time of their life.
Oh, I'm sure that would be amazing. And then you're in Vegas for your comedy tour, which I know how hard comedy is. So what's actually more nerve-wracking for you, being a wrestler or being in comedy?
Well, what's funny is I don't consider it comedy. I go up there and I'm in a comedy club and I'm working with great comics. One of them is Randy Orton's brother. His younger brother is our opener, and working with a legendary guy named Bob Levy. And Bob is a great comic, and he works pretty rough and edgy, and I don't. Like, I curse once, and I tell stories, and I really enjoy it. You know, I enjoy that more than I do punchlines, because I want people to feel like they leave. Last night I went to a show and I laughed so hard at so many of these things at a 12:30 show, and these are some of the most talented guys in the country. And I loved it. I had a great time, but that's not what I want to do. Like, I don't need people to be holding their stomachs laughing. I need them smiling on the way out. And so I try to create an atmosphere where everyone, whether they're a wrestling fan or not, has a really pleasant experience.
Absolutely. And as we can tell from your shirt, you originally did a movie about being Santa Claus, and then you became a year-round Santa Claus helper.
Oh, yeah, I'm an ambassador or helper. That's a good way to put it. I don't know if I do year-round, because it's really not until the beard turns white that, until then I look... I've gone with the goatee a little bit. I'm worried about it because I don't know. Last year I had a full year to grow my beard out. And I think it's just, I mean, if you think about it, Santa can't be everywhere.
Exactly.
And that's why he calls on people like me to kind of fill in that role and, make appearances, even deliver some toys on Christmas Eve, which is one of my favorite things to do. And it's literally something I look forward to all year long. So I may not get a full year's in, but I'll get 8 or 9 months, and I think that should do the trick.
Oh, absolutely.
Santa, more than being about a beard or an outfit, is about having Santa in your heart and spreading some love and joy.
Absolutely. And I'm sure you must know you're really an inspiration for so many people. So who is your inspiration, and what is the best advice you've ever been given?
Oh, let me see. I have lots of inspirations. I really do. Whether it's someone like Tori Amos, who co-founded RAIN, or someone like Dolly Parton, who is just continually given, and whether it's through her program that gets millions of books to kids, or whether it's just the kindness that she kind of leaves behind everywhere she goes. I think she's been real inspirational. And the wisest advice I've ever been given is from Dominic Tanucci, who said, "Don't think you're going to make a living doing this blank." And I think that was really important, because I was fortunate to make a living doing that blank. But even if I hadn't been, it was still really, it was the idea of pursuing a goal and trying your best. That was really like the journey is just as important as the destination. And so I'll build upon that and say the wisest piece of advice I've ever given is not to let anyone else define for you what being a success is. So.
Awesome. I like that. Yes. Very good. And couple quick questions, and then we're going to wrap this up. If you could have a dinner with anyone, dead or alive, who would it be?
A dinner with anyone, dead or alive.
Yes.
So I'm supposed to give like the deep philosophical. This is a no-win situation, all right?
No, I think it's fun.
Oh, let me see. Dead or alive, huh?
Dead or alive.
That's a lot of. There's a lot of room there.
I'm sure.
Let me think. I'll go with Mark Twain for now. Just the writer
awesome.
Mark Twain. He's going to get great stories. I'll go Mark Twain.
Absolutely. And I can't imagine there's a lot that scares you, but what's like your biggest fear that you have? Because you're pretty tough, I can say.
Well, maybe I wasn't fearless. I will say, if you want to say courageous, you can, but that's different than fearless. Do you know the difference?
Yes.
Courage is acting in the face of fear. I was far from fearless, and there were times that I was actually like frozen, like so scared, like I couldn't move. And so I think everyone fails, everyone, and sometimes those fails are due to fears, and you just get back up and you try again. And so I've been scared on many occasions, and from crawling insects. Don't care for them. Don't care for them. I did go several years after watching Jaws without taking a dip in the water. Yeah, that scared me a little bit. And hearing about some of the stuff we put into our sky and our oceans is a little scary to me as well. So there's a lot to be afraid of in this big world, but knowing that there are people out there who specifically give of themselves, who are not famous, who could do anything but take a path that means that provides little in terms of financial enjoyment, but so much in helping out their fellow human being. That's encouraging to me when I see. So I think the good out there far outweighs the bad.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I really am so honored to do this, and really thank you so much, and good luck tonight.
Thank you. And I'm going to wonder why I chose Mark Twain. I have no idea.
No, that's a good answer.
I had no idea how it came out. Yeah, I'm going to wonder about that for a long time. Wasn't even a real big fan of his books, to tell you the truth.
Well, just maybe it's deep down inside. So.
I don't. Maybe I'll say I'd like to dine with the original Saint Nicholas, the Bishop of Myra in the 4th century. So we'll go back there, maybe talk a little Santa Claus along the way.
Yeah.
I'll go, did you have any idea what we're going to do to you over the centuries?
That's true.
Yeah, I'm changing my answer.
Okay,
Thanks.
Saint Nick, got it.
Saint Nick.
Got it. Well, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. And again, good luck tonight. I know you'll kill it. So.
Thanks, Corey. I appreciate it.
Thank you.